Hello, I'm Kamal Vikramanayaka. This video relates to the full stack software development course conducted at the IT Center of the University of Peradeniya. In this video, I like to demonstrate how a small task that I assigned to the course participants is to be completed so that they would find it easy to check the video and try it for themselves. It's a sample Java application that I created that demonstrates how a Jar file can be created and then use the Jar file in a second Java project. For this purpose, I have created the sample code and checked into the Git repository. First, I would I would clone the content of the Git repository and then open the project, the particular project in Visual Studio Code editor, and then I will run the program, and subsequently the specific task that I wanted the participants to complete, that is to convert a shell script, two shell scripts to batch files. So let's get started. First, what I will do is I will clone the Git repository containing the sample code. I will first access the course content page, which is available at open.ceit.pdn.ac.lk. Full stack course development with Java, and here the repository clone command is available, and I will get a terminal in Windows. If you are using Windows operating system, you can use a command prompt for this purpose, and I will go to a temporary directory. I have created the directory CEIT here, which doesn't contain anything. At the moment, I will paste that command, the full command, and I am cloning the content. Right now, if I check full stack course with Java, so the sample code is available. Here, if I use the file explorer in my Linux system to check the content inside this repository, I would see the Java directory with the sample code, Java sample simple Java projects, and what I want to open in the VS Code editor, Visual Studio Code editor, is this 07 simple objects better use jar, which contains two shell scripts. So this is we can assume this to represent a certain library which needs to be compiled and packaged into a jar file, and that jar file would be used by this second application, second program. So the first jar file, the jar file produced by this first library project would be used by this second project. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open this particular folder in Visual Studio Code, but if you wish, you can open this and this separately. But I'll show you how you can open the parent directory and then simultaneously go about editing both of them. Anyway, if you want to run these programs, it's also possible to directly run them using the command prompt without any code editor like Visual Studio Code. Given that if you are using Linux, you can directly run these shell scripts, or if you use Windows, you have to convert the shell scripts to contain the Windows commands and then run them as let's say batch files. The batch files are to be written. That's what I'm going to demonstrate here anyway. So I'll open this project in Visual Studio Code, the parent project, parent directory. So I'll start Visual Studio Code, and I would go to File, Open Folder, and the temp directory contains CEIT, full stack with Java, and 07 simple objects, better use jar. So that's what I want to open. I would say that I would trust the authors, and here I have the two directories. So if we check the content, this contains two classes called account class and account manager class, and here's a shell script. What does it do? It deletes two directories called bin and dist. If they exist, they will get deleted. Right now only the src directory is available inside my accounts lib directory, and then it creates a bin directory and then compile the code inside the src directory to the newly created bin directory. So output directory is mentioned by using -b option, and then we create a directory called dist, and then the jar file is created using the jar command inside the dist directory, and the file is named as myaccounts.lib.jar. So the content inside the bin directory that includes the classes that we previously get compiled into the bin directory from the line at line number 12. So the class files would be packed into the jar file. So I would also try to run this now just to see my accounts lib. I will right click and I'll select open in integrated terminal. I'm already inside my accounts lib, and if I check the content, see I have the run.sh shell script and the source files. In Linux I can run this like run it this way, and then if I try the tree command, I see that the classes had got compiled into the bin directory and the jar file had got created. And even if you check the Visual Studio Code editor, you will find the bin directory with the classes and the dist directory with the jar file. Then in Linux, what I typically do is I go to the parent directory and my app directory, my app. So right now it contains another jar file, that is this. What does it do? It doesn't use src directory. It just uses the same directory to have the Java source files, which might not be ideal, but in this simple case I am just placing the source file and the compile code directly in the same directory, my app. So if there are compiled classes, delete the compiled files, .class files, and here is how we compile account app source file by specifying the jar file in the my accounts lib directory, which is the parent directory if you with respect to my app directory. Inside the dist you find the my accounts lib.java file, jar file, the Java archive. It's called Java archive. Jar stands for that. And once you get it compiled, the account app .class file would be found in the same directory, and we just run it by specifying the jar file as well as the class name which contains the main method. So -cp option is used to specify the class path. So I should be able to run this here. See, right now I have only the accounts app source file and this shell script. I will run the shell script here. Well, even though I'm trying to remove some classes at the moment, the very first time that I run, they are not available. The source file, the class files are not available. That's why the remove command generated an error. However, the program got executed properly, and some numbers got printed. That's based on how the source file has been written. Now the task that I gave the students of the full stack software development with the Java course is to convert the shell script to a batch file where you would be able to run it in a Windows environment. The details I have placed them in the README file. So how you would run in a Linux on a Linux system, and for Windows users, what should be done to convert the shell script to batch files. So the details are available here. But anyway, I'll show you how it's done, even though I'm not going to run the batch files because my Linux system would not allow me to run batch files. So the first task is to, let's say, copy the shell script to a new file called run.bat. So I will copy, and I need to paste. Where do I paste? I would like to paste it inside the same my accounts lib directory. But if you paste here, for example, now you see that the run.sh file got created not inside this directory, but directly under 07 simple objects better use jar. So I cannot run it from here. Because this run.sh file is related to the project, the code available inside this specific directory. So if you pasted the shell script into this parent directory, that will not work. So I will delete it. That's a mistake that you might do. I will copy the file. I'll select this directory, right click and paste. And now it got created inside the my accounts lib directory. Then I will rename it run.bat. I don't want sh. And then I'm supposed to go about editing to make editing this file, batch file, to make it a batch file that you can run on a Windows system. So this shebang variable is not needed, and to comment some lines that describes what we are doing on Linux shell scripts, we can use the hash symbol. But if you look at the readme file, I have mentioned that instead of the hash character, you will have to use @rem. So what I can do is I can replace this with @rem. So I will select that. Let's see, replace in files. Not that. Let's see. That is this one. So this seems to be editing multiple files. I would like to replace hash with @rem, and I wonder whether I can even specify this as a regular expression pattern. Well, that doesn't work. So here I see which lines will get updated, and replace all occurrences. Okay, that's done. So I'll save the file. What else do I need to do? To delete a directory with content inside, we can use the rmdir command in this particular way. Now here, if you look at, I'm using rm-rf. That might not work on Windows systems. So I will use this particular command, rmdir. So instead of this, Right. Now what I don't know is whether I can specify 2 directories in one go. You can test it, and if it doesn't work, you should go about maybe have 2 RMDIRs, one for the bin directory and delete this, and one for the disk directory. For the time being, I'll assume that it might work for 2 directories. You should check. Then what other changes to be done? Windows uses backslash as the directory separator instead of forward slash in Linux. So here the backslash here, sorry, the forward slash here needs to be replaced with a backslash, and here also with a backslash. Do I have to the separator, path separator? I'm not using any separator here. So this might work. So I save the batch file, and let's just check. Remove the bin directory and this directory, and then create the bin directory again, and then compile the source files inside the src directory to the bin directory, and create a disk directory, and package the content inside the bin directory to the given jar file. So that, let's assume that it might work, and you can do the same thing for the other shell script as well. So I'll copy this and then paste here, and note that I selected this directory because I wanted the file to be pasted into that directory itself, and rename it run.bat for batch file, and I don't want the shebang variable. This is I would say Windows executable batch file. So I don't have to necessarily change this because I am going to change this to rem, which will which will not produce any output. So it's just going to be a comment. Okay, so close it, and the forward slashes needs to be replaced with backslashes. Forward slashes needs to be replaced with backslashes, and then if you look at the readme file, I have also mentioned that the path separator needs to be semicolon instead of a colon. So here the colon is used, so replace it with semicolon, and this might work now. What I don't know clearly is whether rm command might work like this. What did I got there in the previous case? We used rmdir to remove the directories, but in the new batch file I just want to delete the class files. So perhaps we can check the internet. Windows command prompt, how to delete some .txt files. Let's check. So it's the del command. Okay, so without a confirmation, you can just type del, and this slashes means even inside the subdirectories the files will be checked and deleted. So del *class /q. So instead of this, del delete asterisk class files /q, be quiet, right? So that is it will not ask it will not prompt the user to confirm the deletion. So this might work. So now how do you run this on Windows systems? Well, I do not want to run it here. I cannot run them here because I am using Linux. But what you can do is select this directory and open in integrated terminal. So you are there, and in Windows you can type the dir command, and you will find the batch file run.bat. We found that it's possible to run a batch file like this /run.bat. So that might work on Windows, but I suggest that you also try something like this, run.bat. Check whether it works. Maybe just run without the file name extension. Well, you can try that as well. And I'm not sure whether they will the run command without the extension will work or not. I just want you to try it. Sometimes it might work, but we found that in the class this approach works. Okay, and once you do this, again you will find on Windows the bin directory getting created, the disk directory getting created, and the jar file will be packaged. And once that happens, you need to switch to the my app directory. Either you can open another terminal inside that, or else you can go to the previous terminal and change. On Windows the separator is / you can type my app / and hit enter. Well, it didn't work here because on Linux it doesn't work that way. On Linux it works like this, my app. So on Windows you can try even going back like this. Go to the parent directory and type the dir command. You will find my app directory, and then go to my app, and then try the dir command. You will find the batch file, and then you should be able to run it perhaps like this, run.bat, and that should do the job. If you ever come across any issue, if you find that I had done something wrong, let me know so that I can add the corrections maybe in the description of this window, description of this video, so that others would find it useful. Okay, that brings us to the end of this video. If you are a Windows user, you can go about creating the batch files and run them. And if you are a Linux user, the already given shell scripts can be used. This exercise was given to the students just to practice the IDE command line and writing shell scripts or batch files. And if you ever find any difficulty, or if you find that I had done something wrong while creating the batch file also, let me know so that I can add the corrections. I can show the corrections, I can add the corrections to the description of the video and the website. Thank you.